EVE Online, the best spreadsheet simulator that you can ever play in entire life. The German accountant game that every German is required to play if they can call themselves German at all. You know, a German gamer loves EVE Online. I'm glad I don't play EVE Online. Anyways, it finally happened. It finally happened. There is an EVE Online in Excel spreadsheet collab. And that's real. I'm not joking here. So here what has been said. Data is massively important to many advanced playstyles in EVE, and by simplifying the access to data for all, we will level the playground when it comes to the tools of the sandbox. Finboxen said. With Microsoft, we are building an extension that will allow players to log in and pull data directly into Excel. It's no April's Fool joke, Finboxen added, as a prototype demo played out behind him, just to make sure the crowd understood this wasn't an elaborate prank. This is real. It is real. EVE Online and Excel are working together, hand in hand, the best accountant program with the best accountant gameplay. That's great. I love it. It's such a weird thing that happens here. I mean, it kind of makes sense because people do use Excel to play EVE Online because you have a bunch of data constantly shoveling around to figure out the wars and all the resource gathering and all the resource distribution shit. But like that's wild. It's wild that you would that you would have EVE Online and Excel working together on something. It's mind-boggling, you could say. I love it though. It's one of the best stories this week. So, not content with having Excel and EVE Online work together, the same developers are working on a tactical shooter. Now, this is not the first attempt of EVE Online trying to make a tactical shooter. In the past, they made a game called the Dust 415, and that was a huge failure because nobody cared about it. And it was a PlayStation 3 exclusive as well. That might have something to do. We don't know much. There's the only thing we have is like this concept art, and that's it. But I think it's pretty cool. So, recently there has been this viral video about a train station, a Japanese train station, and it's completely modeled in Unreal Engine 5. And it looks almost real, right? It looks almost like it's a real thing. Here's my thing. I find it cool, but we have been pushing like the graphical fidelity of things really well, but only for static things, only for like static shots of things. This looks cool, but like how will this look in a game or even in a movie? It's like that's cool, but like I don't see really the advantage of having this in a game, because this could be cool for like the back rooms, for example. The back rooms are made in like I think in Unreal or in like a game engine, and it looks pretty believable. But also they use a little bit of film trickery with having a little bit of camera wobble and like the filter on top of it. It looks cool. It's just not like I mean, it doesn't excite me as much as like seeing something that gameplay wise. Gameplay excites me more than like seeing seeing a shot of an environment that is dead and empty. I don't know. Everyone probably has bought or played or experienced Skyrim in some way because it's been basically released for every platform to ever exist in the entire existence of platforms. But, you know, Bethesda has been trying new IPs, and the IP that they're trying out is Starfield. And everything we got is a concept art show so far. That's it. That's all there is. What do you want? Like, I sometimes look at some stories and think, wow, that's crazy. And this one is really crazy. Does anybody think that Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 is not going to be full of bugs and completely broken? Story-wise, gameplay-wise, everything-wise. If you look at Skyrim as a game, right? And remove the Elder Scrolls name, just look at Skyrim as a game. You could say, oh, it's kind of fun, but like, isn't there like certain parts like the combat is kind of a eh. The story's kind of a eh. It's like, what are we left with? Does anybody really think that like Starfield and Elder Scrolls is gonna be this massive? Elder Scrolls 6 is gonna be these massive, like, super cool games? Like, I don't think so. It's just like wishful thinking, like a lot of hype. Starfield has reached a level of hype that the last time I saw that was with No Man's Sky, and No Man's Sky was a huge disappointment. It had his redemption arc. We might don't talk about this at some point, but yeah, I just don't know, man. Starfield doesn't look that great so far. Duke Nukem Forever was an absolute trash fire. Even when it came out, it already looked outdated. The gameplay was shit. The story was shit. Everything was shit. It felt like a game completely out of time, like Captain America trying to find his way in the 21st century. We had a leaked footage of a pre-build, of a build from a different time, and it looks like this. That's it. And it looks, I mean, it looks better than what we had, because like it's more like a, what we call today a boomer shooter. You know, it looks more like a boomer shooter. That's what I think. That's what you would call today. It's more in style of the older kind of Dukey games. I don't know. Maybe if they released that would have been fine. But not only that, you can now also play. You can play the 2001 Duke leaked build, because someone on 4chan has uploaded everything. You can play that damn shit right now. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think some of the failed projects from AAA studios, or from studios that have been gone bankrupt, should be released at some point. Because imagine how much code and how many builds, how many prototypes have been out there just like gathering dust, and some hobbyist programmer wants to touch that up and maybe release a full-fledged game. But because the company has lost, I don't know, has lost interest, or wasn't profitable enough, or has gone bankrupt, they can't do it anymore. Man, so many dead games, too many dead games. Probably the majority of games are dead. Anyways, it was me, totally not Carl. This is totally not news. Take care of yourselves and have a nice, wonderful day.